What is going on, everyone? James or Messers. Today I wanted to talk in particular about my handmade wood squirrel baits, or the three-piece baits that I make. I do make these in different styles other than just the squirrel. This particular bait we are now calling the tray flip. You got the three pieces. Most of my baits have to do with skateboard themed things because I skateboarded most of my life. Can't skateboard anymore. Broke my feet too many times and my ankles. Can't skateboard anymore, so I got into fishing. Started making baits. I've been working with wood my whole life, building houses and stairs, redwood decks, all kinds of finished stuff, and doing floors, hardwood floors, and all that fun stuff. I got into making baits. So today I wanted to get a little bit into these baits in particular. This bait was actually a fluke, and my daughter sent me a box of blocks of wood on my birthday. And it was funny because I had ran out of wood the day before that and built my last kick turn bait, which is my little smaller baits. Built that last kick turn bait, and then she sent me this box of wood and this pattern for this bait, which is actually a glide bait, a two-piece glide bait, is this pattern. So weird. That's why that tail is shaped the way it is. It's supposed to be a shad pattern. It fit perfectly. That pattern that I have fit perfectly on a piece of wood, and the rest is history. I drew a squirrel out of it, went and swam test this thing, and that short video is now almost at 50 million views, which is insane. And we've gained, I think, like 45,000 subscribers off of one short video. Crazy to think that that happened. So all it is this bait swimming through the water, this guy right here. So this one stays in my bait room. This one has not caught any fish, and it probably never will catch any fish because it doesn't need to. It caught me 50 million views on YouTube, and that's good enough for me. So let's talk a little bit about this bait. This bait is made out of wood, New Zealand pine. It is light like balsa, but it is hard like normal pine is. It's a little bit softer than the normal pine, which I'm making some other baits out of. It's easy to carve and it's easy to cut, but it's solid. Things are loud, super loud. I've had some guys on Swim Bait Universe and some other guys that have bought these off of me say that these are the loudest baits that they've swam. What else? These baits excel at night. I've seen a lot of guys catching big fish on these baits on my three-piece tray flips at night. Something about this bait at night, it's just super loud and gets the job done. A lot of people asking about the long lip, and they think with that long lip that this bait would dive down. In all honesty, I thought it would do that when I first built it like that with the long lip to see if I could get it to dive down a little bit. But instead, what's going on here? It's the way this is shaped with that right there. When that water comes and hits this thing, it's forcing this bait to roll. So it's rolling the bait and knocking the bait with that long lip on it. I've tried putting shorter lips on it, and it loses the roll. It'll still clack, and I do have a couple of those that I've made, and people have bought them. They still clack. They're pretty loud, but it doesn't have the body roll. And that body roll, what happens is you see the colors. You get everything in nature. You got dark on top, light on the bottom. And when it's doing this, and it's flashing, that's something that triggers the fish. So with that body roll and all that stuff. The other thing about that long lip is a lot of fish are going to try to head hit when they eat. Now you got to think about it. Grab something here real quick. One of my worm containers for the bluegill in the backyard. And you see how round that is? That's about the size of like a 2-pound bass, right? It can still fit in there, right? Still fit it in his mouth. Thing about this, that long lip, when they come up from underneath and they try to hit this bait, their mouth hits on the lip and forces right into that hook. Almost every fish that I've seen caught on these so far is on that front hook. And I can guarantee it's because when they come up to eat that thing, their mouth is forced right there, like that. Every time. Every time. Come up and miss it. So that long lip, I've had a couple guys break them off. If you've bought one of these off of me, and this, you can see on these ones, it's all filled in on the side with epoxy and painted over. I don't do that on my new ones. I leave them open so I can get the bills off if they do break. I've had a couple guys break them off, send them back to me. I will fix it free of charge, and I'll send it back to you. All you got to do is pay for the shipping to me, and I'll ship it back to you, and it'll be fixed. It'll be all brand new. I have a couple hand-carved ones that I did, a Jack Skellington one for a buddy of mine, and he snapped the bait off just making a cast. The bill snapped off, and he sent it back to me. I had it back to him in like less than a week, and he was able to be back on the water with the bait. Anyway, so if you guys want to get a hold of me to buy one of these baits, hit us up on Instagram. Try to find me on Facebook. Facebook sucks. They never show me my messages. And yeah, Instagram, hit us up on Instagram if you want to get these. Now, I do have a sales page on here on YouTube. And it's the Spread Shop sales page that like you get, everybody can get once you hit 10,000 subscribers. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back eventually here to my Square Space sales page, and I'm going to link the Square up to the YouTube, and then I will be able to put these on there, and you'll be able to buy these directly off of here on YouTube. Now, I'm sorry again, guys, I haven't been putting out many fishing videos. I got a lot of life stuff going on right now. Just became a grandpa, and a bunch of other stuff going on. Life comes at you quick, so you got to be ready for it. And yeah, got to be there for your family. And playtime has to take a halt sometimes. It's not really playtime because I'm trying to make a lifestyle out of this and create something that I can build things, make money off of. It's positive, and if people can catch their biggest fish ever on these, which some guys that are smashing some big fish on these, my actual PB came on one of my handmade baits while I was testing it. It's the kick turn. I've caught 3 fish that are 8-12. I don't know how. Maybe my scales were off, but I had 3 different scales that I measured 3 different fish on in 3 different years. So I've yet to beat 8-12. But my biggest fish came on my kick turn while I was testing it. I thought I hooked into like a log or something. Next thing I know, that thing jumped and ended up landing that fish. Unfortunately, that spot that I built that bait specifically for this one fishing spot, and it had a giant die-off like 3 years ago. There were 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pound bass all over the place dead. There was like 40 or 50 of them. We got so tired of counting them, and I was so upset, literally crying, that we just left, man. And I realized that the whole video that I videoed out there of all the fish, I didn't get the video of it, so it sucked. Anyways, these baits, designed for big fish. Fish them at night. You can fish them in low light times. My kick turn baits, the little 2-piece kick turns, I should have brought one out with me. Those work really well in low light conditions also. I designed those to be super loud and run as fast as you can through the water, just boom, boom, boom. Fish are like bass are like dogs, and they like to chase stuff. There's a video that I put out a long time ago with my dog, and if you threw her little plush toy out, she'd go pick it up, and she wouldn't bark or nothing like that. But if you picked the ball up and you bounced the ball and got it all erratic in front of her, she'd instantly jump up and just start barking and chasing and all this stuff. So it kind of made me think about fish in the same way. Like, some days they'll want to jump up and chase, some days they won't. But on the days they want to chase, they're going to want to chase something loud and fast. These things can be swam pretty quick. You can slow them down and they get a little less knock in them. But I'm telling you right now, man, don't sleep on these baits. I don't know what it is, man. I just have a knack for making fishing lures. Sometimes you got to toot your own horn. I got a couple of the baits coming down the line that I have for testers that I'm going to give out to a couple people. And yeah, anyways, I'm going to try to focus on when I do get to go back out and fish, focusing on family right now, but building baits and getting back out fishing, I'm going to focus on just throwing my wood baits as much as I can and try to get some exposure, I guess, with these guys. I've got about 100 of these out there. Got a lot of these baits out there, and once they start really catching fish, then they'll start catching fishermen, because we all know that's what the real thing is. But anyways, I digress. James with Urban Bass Layers. I'm kind of mumbling along here. Just came out into the sunshine. It rained yesterday. Some of our pond spots around Sacramento probably filled up with some water. I got to get back out and go fishing. Anyways, the tray flip, Urban Squirrel. Hit me up if you want one. We'll get back to making these. Oh, and then I just made, I guess I should have brought that out too. I reworked a couple of these, and I went with the single connector with the pins on them. They're a little bit tighter, and we'll see if that thing gets the body roll. In the next couple of days here, I got like 10 baits that I got to go test. So it won't be no fishing for me, but I will be going out and testing some baits for you guys. I might film it. It's so weird too with the YouTube on the shorts videos. If you're doing shorts videos and you're a bait maker, I don't know what it is about the swim videos. If it's the ASMR effect, the whole noise of it or whatever. But if you just swim a bait in the water with no music, no noise, just the noise of the bait, I get all of my views and all of my subscribers from it. It's kind of thrown me for a loop, because instead of making long form videos like I was, I'm making a lot more shorts, and I'm just going back and clipping up what I have right now, and it's kind of floating the channel. But I really, really, really want to get back out and get back to getting some full videos for you guys and gals, and more content, more real content. But like I said, life comes at you fast, and sometimes you got to take a break, hit the brakes, and get back on the racetrack when you can. So anyways, Urban Bass Layers, thank you guys for sticking with me, and I love every single one of you guys. Things are going to be better in the next couple of years, I guarantee it. Love you all. Thanks for watching.